Okay, then let's start. So first of all, welcome on being here in the Pareto's office on the first volume or first meetup of our new meetup series, Agentic Afterhours. So yeah, thanks for being here. As you might know, we as Pareto's had like a previous meeting series which was called the AI Forecasting Academy, which we held like 5 or 6 times, and I saw a lot of familiar faces. We decided to kind of pivot into a different direction since we also now with Pareto's take the opportunity of also going kind of more into the direction of the new Gen AI, Agentic, LLM technology, and also embed this in our product more and more. So we thought it's more up to date if we now also change our focus from our meetup series from forecasting, which we have been done a lot of historically, more to agentic decision making, which is our mission, right? So yeah, thanks first of all for being here. And before we go to the speakers of tonight, I quickly want to say 2 minutes something about the office where you are in, about Pareto's itself, and also want to give you like a little glimpse of what we're doing. So basically, you know where you are and what we are doing. So basically, so like that. Pareto's is a decision, or we build a decision intelligence platform. So that means our vision is we want to simplify decision making for our customers, and we want to make sure that each decision our customers take is better than the last one. And this is our mission. Quick facts about us. So we are roughly 50 employees. We have around more than 100 successful projects already deployed to production. Our most famous customers are Otto Group, HelloFresh, Edeka, where we have a lot of different use cases all around the supply chain. Our main benefits or our main USPs are our forecast and our replenishment recommendations. So that means we help our customers to fulfill the demand by making sure they have the optimal amount of products stored in their warehouses in order to try to reduce the amount of money that actually sits in the warehouse that nobody needs, and also make sure that our customers reduce their out-of-stock situations so they are profitable, they are more sustainable, and this is what we have embedded and deployed with a lot of cases. How do we do it? Maybe just as a super quick overview. So this is like a high-level picture of our Pareto's Decision OS platform. So as you can see, right, so we're building on top of all the data lake systems that are out there. That means your SAP, your Snowflake, your BigQuery, whatsoever, right? Everything where the data of our customer lies. And then we have the Decision OS platform where, as I said, we have different standard engines, like for our forecast engine, recommendation engine. We have agents that can be easily, that are acting on top of our platform. We can do data analysis, everything that is needed in order to really solve a problem or make sure we support in the decision-making process. And this all is basically bind together in our context layer, where we now deployed our first, or we are currently going to the beta phase of our first customer-facing agent, which is Socrates, like a data analysis, talk to a data agent, which is the first step going into our Gen AI vision of agentic decision making for the future. And this is all in one platform, and with this platform, it's super easy for our customers to make better decisions, to really have decision flows available. And so just so you get a rough idea. So far about Pareto's today, since we also said we want to explore more this new technology, let's talk about the first speaker of Agentic Afterhours, or the new meetup series. And it's almost like a tradition. Because in our first meetup series 3 years ago, we also had Leon as our first speaker, actually, if I'm not mistaken. It was a different meetup series, right? It was a Pydantic. PyData. Yeah. Never mind. Leon was here before.
It's crazy that it's 3 years.
Yeah, it's 3 years ago. Yeah, and Leon is the ex-head of AI for Snox, and we'll talk a bit about his experiences he had with Snox before he founded his own business, which is called Strictly Boring. And yeah, Leon, nice to have you here, and stage is yours.
All right, smooth transition here. Yeah, first question. Who believes that this sentence is true? Raise your hand. And who is sick of hearing it? Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's basically the question that I tried to answer in my last 3 years. How do we make money at Snox when using AI? Because everything out there is like a crazy hype experience. You go into YouTube and you see 10,000 tutorials of how AI changes your life and how Claude automates everything and makes you a lot of money. But then actually going into the processes and working with people is actually not quite that clear what you have to do there. And yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do also with my company name, by the way, which is Strictly Boring. Just staying boring, building the systems that actually make money and make things easier for my customers now and back then at Snox. And what we're doing today is basically looking at what kind of systems did we build at Snox and what kind of systems actually made money for Snox, and maybe also what kind of systems didn't actually make money, and where did we learn something out of it. I also packed it into some learnings which we took from a management point of view. Who of you guys is from the technical side? I think it's a pretty technical audience. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give some insights on how the system looked like, but I'm not gonna go into the depth on how we trained the system and so on, because I think it's just it should be an overview or about what kind of systems did we build and how did we actually make money with the systems. All right, a bit about me. My background is actually research back, so I did a lot of in my studies a lot of autonomous driving and radar, lidar, and image detection. That's actually my scientific background, if you can say so. And then at Snox, I was 3 years. I started as a research specialist. That was my first title. And then basically it was like, Leon, you go look at the company, look what we can do. And then I built a small team of 5 people. Half of them, 2 of them were data and 3 of them were AI systems engineers. And that's where I left the company then 4.5 months ago. And yeah, I founded Strictly Boring, which is basically doing the same thing over again for our customers. So that's my mission now, looking at other e-com brands and building this similar or the same systems which I built at Snox for these customers. All right, first question for you guys. 326 automations is what we built at Snox in 3 years. How many of them do you think were profitable or are still running? Who of you think it's more than 300? 50? That's bold. You're going in with 50. Who thinks it's more than 50?
15.
15? Okay. Who thinks it's more than 15? Okay, it's more than 15. Who thinks it's more than 50? Oh, some hands. It's actually 130. But I have to say it's also including small workflows, because we used I think all of you guys are familiar with Make. So we used Make for putting data from left to right. So these are included there. It's not 130 big tools.
Sorry.
What did you say?
So it's 15. Sorry. Sorry.
We can discuss that later. It's fine. All good. Okay, what about the rest? Yeah, I think it's quite trivial for you guys. Some break and it's not profitable to fix them. Sometimes the tech spec just changes. Like when agentic coding launched, we just said, okay, sorry for the wording, but fuck make, we're just building agentic now. That's basically what we did. And then also some are just not profitable. So we look at the cost we have running these systems or the cost we have maintaining it, and then we see, okay, it's just not profitable. It's pretty trivial, but that's basically what we did. So what actually made money? The first flow I brought to you is just a very, it's actually the best automation from a ROI perspective we built at Snox. And it's quite funny because it's actually a really, really simple system. So what we did is we had Klaviyo, which is our email marketing tool, which the API of Klaviyo is actually really, really shit, but we managed to get the data out of Klaviyo. And then we had a GPT model, which we trained. It's actually, we fine-tuned it. You can work with some vector databases to like get the retrieval and then translate it. But we actually, what we did is we fine-tuned it, because back in the day when I started, you could actually fine-tune the model. I think you can still do it with some earlier models, but we fine-tuned it on our brand voice. Then we did some formatting, because like I said, the API of Klaviyo is not that good. So we did some formatting and then we put it back into Klaviyo. And now you guys get a small feeling for why my company is called Strictly Boring, because this is actually, it's not from a technical perspective. You guys are all technical. You worked with Fable maybe, or you worked with some agentic harnesses which do agentic development, and you have like a builder and you have a critique and they align each other and then they build something. That's actually impressive. That's not impressive, but it's profitable. And this is like the main case I made, or the main learning I made at Snox. This is not spectacle, but it's actually profitable. What do you say?
It's printing money.
Basically, would be nice, but didn't actually print money. But it was quite profitable. So it cost us 6,500 euros, including my cost, like my time I spent working on it. And then we saved 50,000 euros in working hours until February this year. So it's still running. I actually asked today if it's still running. And we made we autonomously created, of course, these email flows then. And we made with these emails, which we couldn't have sent otherwise, because we basically duplicated our CRM managers, like the customer relationship managers, we duplicated them. And we made 300,000 revenue from ads there, which is, basically the best thing we built from a ROI perspective. Why it worked? It's a simple but frequent use case, and also that sounds really trivial, but you forget that when you see something new. I'm so freaking guilty of looking at something new and being like, oh, that's crazy. We got to try that. We got to build that. But yeah, sticking to these kind of systems, which are simple and just basically putting data from left to right and have a small AI integration on the way. That's also our first learning of today. Simple use case, high repetition, biggest ROI. Sounds so trivial, but don't forget it. All right. The second automation is a bit more complicated than the first one, but it's I would say it's not even that boring. But the learning that we took out of it is quite nice, especially when you're talking to a tech audience. So stay tuned. What we actually did is we had a creative database where we had all of our creative images and videos and the corresponding performance data. So you have like, okay, how much spend do you have on this ad, for example, and how many sales do you have on it? And then you have a ROAS. You say, are you familiar with the terms? It's return on ad spend. So you how well the ad performed. That's basically what we did there. And we got the AI creatives from the creative team or from the AI, where we created the creatives. We put them in the database, like I said. And then we built a bulk tool, which is actually nothing else than an API to Meta. And what you could do there is basically duplicate a lot of the ads, which is in the Meta ads. Did any one of you guys ever launch Meta ads manually? Who liked it?
I think they integrated this exact workflow.
Yeah, they said, I read it this morning, right?
They can automatically create new creatives based on
the performance.
of the ads.
They announced that on Cannes Lions, I think. I read that this morning. Yes.
Last week and I saw him. Yeah, practical.
Yeah, I read this morning. I have like the research agent, and he said, "Oh, that's crazy. Look at it." And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually crazy because we built it." Yeah, now Meta is basically saying, "Yeah, we need this too." Yeah, and basically what we had, we optimized the launch process. I think that's not in the tool from Meta because we have our own like campaign system, and we adjusted that so it matches the work of our performance marketeers. And yeah, and then you have the ads on Facebook, and then you get like the optimization layer behind that, where you see how do the ads perform, and then we didn't like fully automate everything, but we said that we then got some recommendations on like what kind of ad angle would perform well, what kind of image ad, what kind of text did perform well, and then we iterated these ads. That's basically what we did. Yeah, but the learning behind it is not actually, as you can see, it was profitable, but it was not as profitable as the first one. But the learning behind it was that we actually discovered this automation because the team approached us. So they said, dude, we have to work at night because we have sales events, and we were about to hire 2 more performance marketeers. And that was actually then the reason why we built it. And also, like in the process, I started building the system, and I finished it, and then we completely iterated the whole thing because yeah, they just needed something else. And that's also the learning from my side there, is that like we all talk about technology and stuff, but it's really important to see like the human side on the application. And this is also where I'm like, maybe we can get into talks afterwards, but I'm thinking what my biggest problem at the moment is how do you get like the input from a human or from a customer into an agentic development system. Of course, there's like brainstorming and stuff, and you all are developing with it, but I'm really looking forward to talking to you guys because in e-commerce there's not that many technical people. That's why I'm really happy to like have some conversations afterwards. All right, but on to the next one. I'm always doing like real talk. That's like why my company is called Strictly Boring, but this is still really uncomfortable. The best automation we built has earned us $0 or €0 until this day, and I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna take you like on the journey with me, like why we built it. It was actually right when I started, and we had a lot of expertise in the Amazon area. So we had our founder, Johannes Kliesch, which is like, yeah, he's really, really known also in the e-commerce bubble, and he knows a lot about Amazon marketing strategies. And we had Alex, which is like, at least as far as I know, the best PPC, it's like pay-per-click Amazon marketeer in Germany. So we thought, yeah, it's easy. Now we have AI. And that was like back in the day when I started, it was 2023. So GPT 4.0 just launched and stuff. And we started building. We're like, yeah, that's easy. It's built tomorrow because it's all rules and so. Yes, basically, it took 2 years to build this, and it cost us $180,000. And it's not even profitable until this day. So we calculated it, but it's now we save time in the ranges of like 80,000 euros. So it's still not profitable. And yeah, why did this happen? I would say because we overrated the capacity of AI. And I actually talked to you, Jan, and it reminded me of this case that you have like, I think your case is a bit larger on scale. He's going to talk about it, and then you know what I mean, because you just like have the estimation that AI just now fixes everything. And in this case, it didn't. I think now, because the tool is from today's standard not too hard to build, because now you have agentic systems, and it was actually, I think we had like 6 tables of data and then a lot of rules. And but back in the day, I said, yeah, okay, now we build it, and it didn't work out in the end because it was too complicated for the AI to understand all the rules in one prompt. I think today it's another picture, and it would be much cheaper to build the system. So, and this is also my second learning. Don't overrate the AI. Technologies need time before they are profitable for companies to use. Of course, you can. I think Paretos is one company which does this really well. You can build these systems yourself. So you can like put a lot of effort into making the current technology as profitable as possible for companies. But for a company like Snox, which has like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 AI guys, you can't like develop whole new AI systems yourselves. You have to use what's there. And these technologies need some time until they are strong enough for everyone to use. Just a quick reminder, this was my attempt of getting a purple boxer shorts right after I started in 2023. And you all know how Nano Banana and GPT images are doing images today. Don't ask what happened with this, but so basically that's just I think in a nutshell what I meant with my learning here. All right, I think I can skip through this a bit faster than I usually do, because a lot of people ask me, why is it so cheap now? I think you guys all know why it is so cheap. Just like I said, in 2023, you had GPT-4o and some models, and you could actually build some systems with support, but you had to build everything yourself, like all the architecture, all the like where's the data flow, you had to think about it, and so on. Then we switched, like from a company perspective, we switched to low code, which is like partly, not all of it was low code, but why did we do it? Because we could enable some people that were not technical to build some data flows, like simple data flows from left to right, which also made us some money. But then when AI coding like Claude, and especially, to be honest, if you want to leverage the whole company, especially Lovable, with like small applications, then we use these tools on a scale, but not, yeah, okay. I'm gonna get some hate if I say Lovable in a technical bubble, but for like really small dashboard tools which are working on a like prepared database where you only have like small decisions that are made. Therefore, it's really good. We did not put my hand in the fire for that. We did not build any production systems which work on scale or work fully automatically with Lovable. But I think you get the point. Like with really small tools that, or like I built Calendly, for example. I built that for myself in Lovable, just for the sake of doing it. All right. This answers the question why it's so profitable today. And this slide actually answers the question why I founded my own company, because it's actually the most boring one of these, but it's in a nutshell, it's only a really complicated workflow or at Snox where you put order data into Shopify. That's it. Because our retailers had like a really complicated process of getting the order data to us. And usually it took like 2 hours to put this data into Shopify. So really boring. And usually, like 2 or 3 years ago, I would have said, yeah, okay, sorry, but you have to do it manually. But then Cloud Code launched, and I said, okay, let me try this thing. And this was actually the first application I built with Cloud Code. And yeah, then it changed everything, because it took me 8 hours to build it, until like with iteration, with feedback, and then you see yourselves, it pays itself after 8 users. Also, that sounds really, really trivial, but I think that's just clear text of what we're dealing with now, so that it's really easy to build these small solutions. And it's like, that's basically what I'm building right now when I say I build boring AI solutions. Of course, you have some solutions which have AI support when you need to generate some user-facing content, or you have like an agentic layer above it to search the data, which you're doing on scale when you're using your agent on your orchestration layer. I'm not sure how you the context layer, right? But that's basically what Strictly Boring is building today, like these small but boring AI supported systems. And yeah, especially in e-commerce, this works really well. Okay, and that's also my learning. I talked a lot about it. AI makes boring automation processes profitable. Not every automation has to be AI, because AI is the tool that actually makes it possible to build profitable systems. Good. That's the honest scorecard. 326 automations built, 130 are still active, and we made, since I started, 312K savings per year. And that's all calculated, everything, like the leverage I showed in the revenue, then calculated down on like after costs and so on, and also the savings in time. That's the summary of what we did in the 3 years at Snox. And yeah, a small thing. I think everyone is doing it. It's a bit shameful, but I'm also looking for people that are joining me on my mission. So if you know anyone, let me know. But I'm also really looking forward to the discussions, and I'm really looking forward to your talk. And with that, I say thank you.
Good. Yeah, I think we have time for some questions. So
Sure.
If you have one, just shoot.
Regarding S3, if I remember correctly, it was that it became way cheaper now.
Yeah.
It's the one that didn't make profit.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's now possible and it's cheaper and doable only for 20-25K. And the idea was, because now the AI is way better. 3 years ago, the AI wasn't there.
Yeah.
Just food for thought. What if all what we're doing now is also still ahead of the curve and the AI is still not there yet, and in 3 years it's going to be doable for 20 euros, not 20 to 25K.
Yeah, maybe it's going to be possible, but what I said is, now it would be possible to build this tool profitable. So the point there is, think about like what are you actually earning with this, and is it realistic, the estimation you make on how long it will take to build it. So that was just, it sounds, again, in hindsight, it's always like, yeah, think about it. But we were like, yeah, that's our tool, and we have AI, let's fucking go. And to be completely honest, that's what happens all the time. I speak with so many people, but it happens every time on another scale. Because now what happens, we have now the capabilities of agentic systems, and now everyone thinks, okay, now I'm one-shotting every application, but that's not what's happening. You all know that, and that's my point here.
How do you find the most boring, like if you go now to a new customer?
Yeah.
Like what is your secret, or what is your boring detector to find the most boring but impactful topic to start with?
First, I always speak to the management basically, and then I first look at like where's the money and where are the FTEs, and then I speak to and then I see like 3 departments, and then I look at I don't go to the management below, but I go to the people themselves, and actually what I do is I look for Excel, or I look for sheets, because that's always, and it sounds so boring, but I look where's Excel and where's no automation, and then I make a new data model, and you simplify it as far as you can, and that's so simple, but that's always where the most inefficiencies are. And yeah, it's not fancy. It's not like when we started working together. I love the thought about a forecast system, and I really like, and of course it functions. But for me to build one, it's way more complicated. And to just look for Excel, it's not that complicated. And then find a way to abstract it and make it more simple, and then build it. That's pretty easy. Okay. Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is, you said there's a lot of AI hype, back then, even now.
Yeah.
But
no, even more.
Even more, of course. But how much could have been maybe more deterministic, like maybe just use a Python script, rather than just build like these sticky, tricky, make NaN nodes, which is kind of a headache.
That's a really good question. We failed 3 times with building production agentic systems with make and NaN, where we like tried to solve a problem with an agent. We tried that in make and NaN. We have 5 agentic systems live where agents are actually doing stuff, but that's also like the learning here, that my premise is always build it as much as you can deterministic, and use agents only there and like specifically for one task, because then you also save costs. Like if you always call Opus for one task, then it's a lot of cost, a lot of tokens, adios. And yeah, that's why I say AI is a tool for building these things, but you should do as much as you can numerically or deterministically.
But that's not how much was avoidable, because that's why I said it was a big hype.
Yeah.
We jumped right in.
Yeah.
But rather than saying, can we do it deterministically?
Yeah.
Run a script, whatever.
Yeah, that was definitely avoidable. So I would say like you saw the worst fail. But also we built like a system where we said, wouldn't it be great if we had all the knowledge of SNOCs in one system and everyone can query it? It functioned. It was good. All of the knowledge was in there, but no one used it because they just wanted to type to their colleague.
Sure.
And that's also like, that's again then people game. But then on the other side, there was also a lot of people, a lot of automations with agentics, which just didn't work. And we were hyped. We saw the demos and we were like, yeah, that's our thing, but it didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for the presentation.
Okay.
Since you have done like so many automations in your past years, I understand there were probably lots of small ones, maybe some bigger ones also, but you saw probably a lot of automations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so based also from the presentation. And like had a big hype, I would say 1 year ago, maybe 1.5 years, I don't remember correctly, but like lots of people were exploring and these makes of these words, like Synology Connect and blah, blah, blah. And then there was the rise of Cloud Code, right? So you have like one conversation interface and basically you are super flexible and doing almost everything. Do you, like, from your perspective, do you see still that like this NaN niche platforms still have a future and they still have their place in the market, or do you think like everybody will use Claude Code at some point. So, for example, my wife, like she's not a developer, but like recently she just downloaded Claude Code and sent it to me, and now she's building her own apps.
Yeah.
And I got pretty confused, and now her like environment looks like my environment. She does much more on her screen. Yeah, she does code more than me. Yeah. No, but like, what's your take on that?
I think you answered the question yourself. It's way too easy to build applications now, just prompting. And the biggest pain for us was to actually maintain 100 plus make flows. Because when something breaks, we actually spend a lot of money building a maintenance system with code for make so that we can actually keep those systems running. Because when something breaks, what you do is you go into the node, you look at the error, you paste it into ChatGPT and say what's going on, and then you try to fix it. And that's so much slower than if you have a capable model, or in our case, harnesses, which can actually then also test the system, or you can like write tests agentically, and you are in a functional coding environment. So I will be on a panel end of this year, like not mid this year, September, with the CEO of Make, and I'm really like looking forward to asking him the question what his vision is, but I haven't found it yet.
This will be a fun discussion.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be rude. I just want to be curious, because I actually like, because they're still building stuff, and I think they have a way to go. So maybe.
Yeah, but from your perspective,
because
you don't see like
the
big benefit.
Maybe one case I would maybe see is if they could build these node systems via prompt, because then it's like better to see for non-technical people what is actually happening. Maybe. Or
I think N8N still has a place when it comes to observability.
Yeah.
Because when something breaks,
that's a good point.
and like small workflows, I think this SAP, they invested in N8N.
Yeah.
So there must be something to it.
Mm.
And of course, we are now in the agentic age, and nobody's talking about N8N, but SAP still invests in N8N.
Yeah.
So I think there is still, I'm not aware of what the mode is, but
yeah.
I think they still see something in them. But when it comes to observability and these small workflows,
yeah,
I think it's still a good tool to use.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, and it made me think about like, how do I actually code right now? I still like see myself going into the code and see if, because you don't look at every line, let's be honest. But what I do is I look at like the file structure and see if everything is like how I wanted it to be, and if the data flow is how I wanted it to be. And if that could go faster, so because there's always with agentic coding, there's always some kind of thing going in your mind. So, okay, is this now vibe coding or is it actually a production system? But
you can enhance the speed if you use the N8N MCP. It's pretty good. It's very fast, and you can prompt it.
Okay, haven't tried that, to be honest.
Just, I'm not a big fan of N8N, but just to give them credit, it's their moat is their efficiency in their templates. Okay, so suppose you're a marketing person. You have absolutely no clue what Claude Code or terminal in the first place is. You can just go to N8N, search for LinkedIn automation or Twitter automation template. Just put it, connect your LinkedIn account or Twitter account, exactly, it works.
Oh, okay.
It is efficient, it is fast, and given that it's not calling AI and building everything from the ground up every time, you can scale it to 100 million people at once.
Okay.
The same template can be used by 100 million people at once. Having 100 million people at the same time trying to use Claude Code to build the same thing then and again is basically just giving money to Anthropic.
That's cool.
Just to make that merger. That's why open source existed in the first place. Everyone started building their own thing, and then they realized like never reinvent the wheel. Just reuse the thing or contribute to it.
Yep.
And that's anything.
That's cool. Yeah, I always like I see the case there. I always thought, of course, from a brand perspective, when I go to customers do I actually build like a custom system with n8n? But that's a good point to say that. All right, then thank you.
Okay, so now we hope that the pizza will be arriving soon. It should be here since 10 minutes. So let's hope for the best. Thanks once more, Leon, for the presentation. Thanks for the very honest takes you shared with us from your Snox time. Please help yourself now with cola, Fanta, water, or beer. It's in the fridge, and we make sure the pizza is arriving very soon. We continue in 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes with the second talk from Jan. Cool.
YouTube live streams, good and bad at the same time. So, welcome back. Welcome back. I take over just for a second because Robert said I know Jan better than him. It's always good to say some words. So also welcome from my side. I said it also in the break. I think it's super important to have within a region exchange between experts, because I think this is one thing Americans do really well. They don't think in silos or companies. They really think, how can we learn from each other and how can we do cool things with each other, from exchanging to NVIDIA buying chips from Anthropic, which then like going in circles. But I think this is something we can do better and we should do better in the region. And the foundation is that we know each other. And for now, I'm super happy that it's not only Heidelberg, right? Because we said we want to do Rhein-Neckar is kind of in other countries. Rhein-Neckar would be one city. Here it's many, but really to think in a Rhein-Neckar region. And Jan, who works at Exeta, a consultancy that is based in Karlsruhe, right? So doing a lot of implementations, searching for Excels, but also other legacy systems and helping customers to transform and actually get value out of it. I think we, over half a year, start talking about when could we do something together, because there's a lot of insights that you have that are super interesting, especially about fuck-ups. And we finally, I don't know if we talk today about fuck-ups.
I can share one little story in this project as well.
But therefore, I'm super happy, Jan, to have you here. I think, you can say a bit more about yourself, but Jan is leading a big team at Exeta, which owns delivery. So every time something doesn't work, it's escalated to you, which is good. So I'm looking forward for some insights, but today we have the honor that you show us a bit more hands-on stuff that you and your team did about how to use agents to get more structure in the unstructured. Thank you, Jan.
Thanks.
Okay. I raised the bar right high, so I will have to talk about my fuck-ups as well. We start with this nice picture, unstructured data. Like Fabian said, I work at the IT consulting firm. So a customer came along and said, okay, I have this little problem. I have this system, 25, 30 years old, and I have to move it to a brighter future. It's always fun. I love to do boring stuff like that. This is an insurance company, and this is, I found it quite funny. 14 years ago, there was a leading technology parts in insurance that did the first automation, everything, and then they did what every good IT person do, never change a running system for the next 30 years, but the world go on. So I got this nice project. There are 1.6 million lines of code. Quite easy setup. I don't have documentation. I don't have tests. I actually don't know how much of this code is actually used, but I'm at a regulated company, insurance. There's a buff, and it said, okay, I have to be sure, if you translate it, that it does the exact same thing as before, with all the bugs which are in it, for sure. Okay, we are now in AI area, so easy peasy. I go along and say, hey, Exeta GPT, I like to modernize this stuff. Oh, so easy money. So thanks for the talk. There we are through. But my GPT wasn't that nice to me. It said, yeah, I can do, but it won't work. I get a lot of slope. We fight it right hard. And that is the point. We can't modernize it before we understand it. And that's why I want to talk. Like I said, my name is Jan Hauer. Exeta said a lot of words. There's something why I meet Fabian as well. This process intelligence, we do some stuff in this direction. So that's where we actually meet. If I don't have any projects with insurance companies to do their modernization, I go along quite broad. So what have we to do to get this stuff somehow working? So the first step, we do some structuring. So find out what it's actually doing. And that's the point where I said not everything is bad with AI. I will show that not everything works out of the box like one shot, but it's something better. I would look 10 years ago, I would never started this project at all because at this point we would have needed, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years to actually understand the basics of the program. And what I forgot to mention, the customer says, okay, you have to be finished until January next year, because the regulation said I can't use any longer the data center where we now, so you have a hard timeline. But we said, okay, we do it, and the first stuff is restructuring it. And how this looks like with AI support, a lot of deterministic work. We look which programs is calling, which programs, what subroutines are there, and so on. And then there comes something along which I really hated. This is the program we are starting is RPG. Anyone heard of this language? All too young. RPG has one little thing which might be quite nice to this time, but it has a global state with all variables. So I can look in which program is calling which programs, but I can share their variables, and they did so. So we tried to find a little bit domain knowledge about it, but we had only a rough idea, and then we said, okay, we have to start. Anyway, we did some planning, who's calling which program, and to make some project plan. This is something with AI quite did very well. For this, we use the agent, and we still use the agent that he can do. And the next fun thing was with the variables. I said, I wanted to do some test-driven development. I said we have no tests, but we have to ensure that everything is correct. So we wanted to create tests there. And there we have to circle, which I put in here, because with the variables, with the global state, we was never quite sure that we took a good bite of our program, which we actually can translate. And so we have there some circles. I will keep that out and can discuss with you in person if you want. But in the end, we wanted to create some test data. We will test on 2 levels. One is just the byte we took off locally, and one will be then at Shadowrun, where the new program at whole runs beside the old one. One user clicks and the data are running in 2 systems so that we can compare, which has also some drawbacks, but keep that out. So with this test data, we can actually use AI. Then I was happy, because we have now code, we can generate it, we can test it, and we can fall back and can look that everything is fine. And this was a nice era. It's going quite forward, and that's where we become much faster. Well, but until then, we had some points. Fabian asked me for a fuck up. At that point, this is a good point to mention that. We had this plan agent which created a lot of driver tickets. And it created some more driver tickets than I wanted. And there was this project lead, me, who thought it would be nice to delete the not needed driver tickets. Anyone try to delete driver tickets? Yeah. What is the message driver tells you when you try to delete driver tickets?
Depends whether it's data center or cloud.
Yeah, it has some special warning there.
You have to type delete.
Yeah, but why?
In order to avoid mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, but there's one point. There's no way back in the cloud. Is something like it's really said. It's It's like, there's no way back. And are you really sure you want to delete it? I said, yeah, I was quite sure, but I was not aware that I selected some more old sprints, and all old tickets were also away. My developers laughed that because they came back on a Monday and their tickets were gone. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's the point where I was no longer allowed to use Java. So easy way to go out there. If you don't love Java, that's the way your development team will forbid it for you. Okay, we created that some things, and then comes something quite interesting out of it. If we run through the code, we close the loop, we started to document it because there are no documents, and we could start explaining our customer their own business rules because they had no idea. And probably there's maybe somehow the organization might have known that they have around 36 products out of 8 million possible combinations they created with their processes, but they didn't know. And that becomes quite funny if you understand or say what kind of company this is. It's eine Garantieversicherung. So they should have 2 products. But you can configure, but they have actually 36. So this would be the follow-up project to explain how we can draw this down. But so we can step out of these insights, which go back again at the structuring, and so we close a bigger loop and start with replanning because we found some insights there and go again. So if you look in it, what I started, I hoped I can do this in 1 week and make 3 million in 1 week would be nice. The agents didn't say it worked. What we really take away for us is that we really have to understand the code. We can't leave that out. We can't, how Fabian put it, we can't outsource the thinking, and this time we can't outsource the understanding, otherwise we can't be sure afterwards to do it. And after all, with the agent and with the regulated environment, we came out of the testability, so we have to ensure that we really can test it to close it. It's also no big insight in the end, but at one time I hope I can go out. And for me, in this big IT modernization project with this scale, was quite sure that I hope to come along with much less people who want to guess how much people, engineers are in this project to translate 1.6 million codes in lines of code in about, okay, how much time they have? 15 months. Yeah. No.
No, 30.
Yeah. So 25 engineers are working in parallel. It's not easy. With the assistance of AI. And they're using heavily, if I look at my bill for that, they are using that shit. Yeah? They are not saying, Claude, I hate you. Yeah? And we really compared in the beginning if this is helpful, and has some measures about 30-60% longer. So in the end, after I started this project and make a plan, if we didn't have Claude, we wouldn't make it. Also we wouldn't make the timeline. It would explode like all IT modernization legacy projects, and the side project is actually exploding. They started in March 24 for the front-end part, and wanted to be finished in year 24, and are not finished yet. Yeah, that should have done before that. So we are faster with AI, but until now, we are not there that I can start with prompting, just do it for me, everything, at least not in this environment. And the most crucial point for me is this agent scale knowledge, because I gave only a hint at the beginning, but I said nobody actually of the engineers could understand RPG before they started. So we started to translate from a language which we don't understand at all. Read roughly what this is, but we didn't understand it all in the language we understand, and we want to be sure that it's working. And this is working quite good. Some of my engineers now can read RPG. They don't want to write it yet. Maybe I can sell them next year with that one. So to come to the conclusion, if you understand it, you can modernize it, and that's the answer point. Thank you for listening.
First, thanks for the talk. On a meta level, I assume you learned a lot about the whole loop around the process. This was new for this project, right?
Yeah. We went in, had AI, said, okay, everything is fine, we will go through.
Yeah. How much of the time for the whole project actually went into building the loop and making sure that the loop can run and work and do its thing versus then actually implementing?
We did like very good engineers. We start running and try to improve it on the way. Yeah. So I would estimate at least 1 to 2 months we should have took time before we start running. It would be helpful because now we are doing it in the process. To make it quite clear, this was why I was a little bit nervous in the afternoon. We delivered today one of the milestones. This project is not yet completely finished. 5 days for the deadline, so I love that one. So we have to go until January next year to came through, and we had in the morning again a talk to make this loop wider. So what I don't like yet is the feedback loop is quite short. They do stuff with the agent, and it's about 20 minutes or something that runs through, because the chunks we take out are quite small. Yet we translate around 1,000 RPG lines at once, because until now we see that if we go higher, we have so much hallucination and didn't fit to the overall steps, because the outgoing boundaries with the variables are so high that it doesn't work. So, and we still fight with the other part that the training data for the coding styles are nice. And even if you say there's bad code on GitHub, this code is much worse. There's so much things you should have known 20 years ago, you shouldn't do it, and they did it. But the problem now is we have translated in the same way. We are not allowed to change the database underneath, so we have to fill, I guess, what is the easy detail, what is understandable. If I create a user API to log in a user, how much tables you would expect that you use for that? How much tables you would need?
Usually 2 at most.
Yeah, I would go at that way. And now you can guess how much they used? 12, yes. How you get that one? Right.
He wrote the code.
He's the guy, yeah. I got it. They have 12 tables, so, and I can't go around. And times I fight with Todd quite hard there, because he's telling me, are you stupid? What do you want that I do? I don't want to use 12 tables for that. Nobody uses 12 tables. It's like, yeah, I know someone.
Yeah.
Only, yeah.
Taking from 12 tables.
Each grain of salt gets one.
Yeah. Yeah, and that didn't check if the password is correct. The user management is actually outside of the system now, yeah.
So they got data from 12 tables, but then failed to check the password.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah, for nothing. But I have to translate it anyway, so yeah.
And how you manage Claude then in order that he does so things that are so far away from good software principles? So that's why you need the 25 people.
Yeah, they're only sitting there close. No, actually, there's a hard invest in the harness to put in there to say, okay, this is the feedback loop from the insights we got. This is not only the business rules, also understanding of the architecture of the whole system. But in the end, it is an architecture. I wouldn't have wrote it that way, but so we put it in and say, okay, keep in mind it is in that way, accept it and translate it there to our target architecture. So there we're always to push. But yeah, like there are still 2 people only engaged to increase the loop. So in the end, that we could at some point start something on Friday and come back on Monday, and it's feasible to use. Yeah.
How do you manage the interfaces between the parts that you're sectioning out?
And this is in the target architecture. So this is an analysis part, which we did first. We divided in domains, and we have to readapt it. The code we did once is not taken in place and never changed again, because we got more insights. Like I would compare it like the agents we use there with the engineers is like a normal part of the team there. We need someone who, like if you go 10 years back, so we have some guys who make the analysis, the architecture, think about it. We have some guys who only providing test data, which is also quite hard to that is one agent's only working that. And if the architecture and the programs is that way, you can think how the data is managed in the test system and in the dev systems and in the production probably as well. I have not seen it yet. So it's also not helpful. So this are special rules, and this is what we understood or learned. I think most of you already knew, but for me it was new that we have to divide it quite clear that the one is doing this and another doing that. Yeah.
Could you share something about the principles you're exploring for making the agents run longer? Because that's also something I was trying to do. With varying results.
Yeah. We fought a long time with changing the prompt and to work against the behavior of Claude, because we thought that would be the way to go. So to say it bad, please do it the right way. Accept the architecture like it is. And now we are starting to do more harness around there and say, okay, this is the point. Also, we're moving back there.
Yeah.
And in the moment, we're exploring to actually write more specs directly to say that this is the way. No, for now, we always started. This is still a discussion within the team because the truth is in the RPG code for us. We must translate this correctly. So is it helpful to extract from the RPG code in a specification in some points and say, okay, this should be that way, and this are the special cases, and then go back to Java, or is the direct way the better one? And I'm not sure yet what is true for this project or at all.
Yeah, that was the question I was asking when I was talking before. Like, how do you get the truth into the actual development agent?
Yeah, and like, since this is a regulated environment, in the end, and that's what makes anyway costly for the customer, a human have to look on the stuff, because otherwise I didn't get the sign for the regulated stuff.
Because besides the code, the complexity also lies in the processes, because what I understood from one of the engineers was that besides the code, there are manual steps at some point of the process where one guy in the background is doing like, okay, now I know we are here in the process and I have to call that API or something to make it run again. So these kind of complexity you can't even like translate.
Okay, this is another problem from this project. We keep that aside because in the project there's I recorded, so I don't know if I can say that, but there's some manual steps within the actual process which are not in there, so I'm not sure. But it's not problem of the code, so yeah.
Just because I've been in there for so many years, a project like this would have easily run you around 10 million, at least, like to translate it with multiple devs. How is it now? I don't know if you're at freedom to give like numbers or something. 3 million?
3 million, yeah, already said.
I missed that.
Yeah,
okay.
So we estimated that like for 10 years ago, we'd say we need 2 to 3 years. And they said, okay, you have 18 months.
With 30 employees at least.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Who's paying the tokens?
That's a good question.
Because the fixed price, yeah.
Alright. So how is it split between like employee salaries and profits?
Okay, I can't go so much in detail, it's not on record. Yeah. If we can stop the recording, we can. Can ask me later and we can discuss the part there.
What is your estimate on how many lines of code you have written by now, and what's your estimate where the final project will land at?
Oh, I actually don't know how much lines we have written right now. I can't check.
Interesting. We start from 1.6 million.
In RPG, but I actually can't tell you any number what we have written in Java. I didn't. It's no KPI for me, so not at that one. I can. But can you estimate how much code is actually need from RPG? We are about 30%.
30%. Wow.
Since you're paying for the tokens, did you think about open source and locally hosting?
What for the model?
Process.
Yeah. Also, thinking about which model we use and at what point, yeah. But this is always the problem with time-based projects you're running. You have, I don't know, I use the wrong tool, but to change the tool, I have to stop, and I'm sure that I come to the end. That's pay off, right? So that's quite hard to decide for a project lead to say, okay, we stop now, change the model, do some time there. Maybe the engineers are blocked for 2 weeks because something happens, pay that out or pay that not. And on the other hand, I have a clear idea how much I will pay for tokens. Still, that's a project. But if Trump decides to put down our models, then I have also a problem. Yeah.
Perhaps another question. You said that one learning was when you start this exploring part.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of knowledge about the processes of the company as well and how
Yeah.
they actually work. And you said that the people working there were surprised about their own processes.
Yeah.
Or learned something.
Mm.
The first question, how accurate was, like, did you validate afterwards, like, was the person surprised because they didn't know, or was a mistake made? So how accurate was it overall? And was there any risk in the project because people didn't trust, because often they don't know their own system because there are so many exceptions that they don't trust what you tell them and say, no, don't go ahead because this seems to be wrong, blocking the development.
Yeah. Okay. Blocking the development is for me, after all, no problem because it's a fixed price, so I have to deliver the product. So they can talk to me and can go in the end. That's not what I wanted, but then we have to discuss it in the end. Until now, I can work forward as long as I want. And I have to pay it, like the tokens. We have some open question like that code. It's a good example because the customer doesn't believe it. We said, okay, we have here more than half of your code is never used. What is going on there? Said, no, this can't be. So we are tracing through and have to build a lot of trust there. And there are still things which we misplaced there. We thought it would be that, and then this was Wolfgang said. Then he said, yeah, it's not called automatically, but manually in the whole process, someone is calling that. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, for sure there was all. I can't put numbers there. What we took in iterative steps where we understand more and more of the system. So, but for now, I would say we have a quite good understanding. It is more than half of the system is translated. The unknown parts are shrinking quite fast now. Yeah.
I have a question about the loops and also the project management you mentioned. So we learned a lot of agile things. How did you apply, like, with the team and the, let's say, agile mindset to your loops? Like, did you build the loops with a sprint or?
Yeah, there are actually sprints, and every Scrum Master would hate me because we only built one product in the end. And after each sprint, there's no product, not even a good increment step. So it would be more like Kanban if we are honest. We call it sprints in two phases for some reason, because in the end,
The output is fixed. The output is fixed.
Genau. Yeah. This is more management point of view because we all can talk about agile development, but on the upside level of every customer, they want to see the waterfall. Right? They want to see waterfall in the end. They want to know when is the fuck done and tell me the end date, and when is this milestone done and what is in this milestone and so on. We could discuss a little bit out of the milestones. We only said, okay, so much of the code is translated, deal with that. But in the end, I wanted to know when it's done. When is our verification phase, when we can ship stuff?
During the analyzation phase in the beginning, I would assume you probably did some static analysis based on the AST or something to get the codes, right?
Yeah.
Did you also have some human feedback regarding the processes, or was that more back and forth? Because I would imagine
we would have liked human feedback.
Yeah.
But
they know that.
Yeah, they're not dead yet, I guess. But it's like the people in a transformation project, You have always their guys who written this, and they're still there. They are not there's in Rente, retired, yeah. So but again hired as consultants with good fees, and they're not so. We're not sure if they're not willing or not able to really help. It's probably somewhere between. So we quite hard to get even yes or no question with a definite answer. So
to be fully honest, if I wrote the code 30 years ago, I would most certainly be unable to answer questions regarding it.
Yeah, no. The problem is not how to put it there. You can, if you ask it's quite answer discussion on an abstract level. So I don't know if maybe his boss thinks he's not able. I think he's not willing, or something between, to abstract things. For him, is every case equally important, and he can't say what is the main line, which should be the normal process, and what are the special cases. And in that way, is also the code written, so everything is equally important, and you can't extract the main process there, or you had to do. And then we go back to the business side there, and they asked them, and they could answer anything about the process like there should be, because the IT managed the processes, and they are not willing to answer us. So we have to live with the RPG then.
You thought about process mining tools?
For the inside processes there. Yeah,
Maybe
but then
the most booking.
I would push that question to afterwards. I can tell you something, but it's put the thing too much there, because yeah, just think it.
And the last question in my mind: if nobody knows all of the processes,
yeah,
how do you give them your stamp? It's fine.
And this is the problem of the customer there.
Okay, then it's fair. Then you can do fixed work.
Yeah, because you have to say, okay, it's all right.
Now I understood it.
Yeah, because you have to say that's not working. So, but he didn't know. So I'm not sure how he signed it, but yeah. Yeah.
A technical question: did you have to build a binary interface to test it, to test the compatibility? For example, if you translate a lower corner,
yeah,
you integrate it by replacing that part from the main app and then testing it with
genau. You have to become quite technical now. So how is the RPG code bundled to the front end of them? The front end is calling actually Java, so everything translated will be Java and Spring Boot, but the old code also calls Java method, which calls the stored procedure, which calls then the RPG. So with some workaround, we can extract parts and calling from our Java the needed RPG code, which is not yet translated. So we can really take things out. It's a little bit simplified, but it's in that way. So this is why we can run the old and new system in parallel with parts already translated. Well, it was quite hard work, but it's what fun without AI.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, that would be the talk for Henning. His lead architecture, and he hates AI.
So why is the modern approach Java and not something else?
This is more a question for the business part for me. And I would say, why is this Java? The customer decided, so this was not our decision, but I second it, because if you search for programmers which are cheap and a lot of available, take Java. Because now they have the problem, they have a language nobody speaks. So this is what thing they really wanted to avoid, a language which nobody uses aside of them. Yeah, or Go like Scala. I think this was some time ago, like fancy thing on functional programming, or I don't know. You can choose some special languages, but they're always thinking in 10, 20 years, in decades. So, and they're thinking, okay, which language is probably a lot of there still there.
will you be around for the next round of refactor in 20 years?
No, I will do the best. I will do with the best I did right at this time, so I will defend it with my heart then and don't give any information around. No, I actually hope I will be there for the second round of refactoring, and this will hopefully be next year, because like I said, they have now 36,000 products, and we want to reduce it to, let's give them 10, but we want to reduce it because from a process level of view, and this is what actually those prefer to do, it's nonsense. It costs a lot of revenue to manage all these products, and they don't get so much revenue out of it. So that should reduce to that with a lot of killing options, which often are in complicated way lead to the same result for the customers.
There wasn't a restriction on the data center, but you have done it the other way around. Like first we define the process and then do the refactoring, which probably makes no sense, right?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. Where this project fucked up in the beginning is that the first project, the front end, is not done yet. What is said was started in 2014. So it should have been done before us, and then we should do the back end, then we should have the database. Why they divided in that steps? Because if I do everything at once, so now we don't know what our business processes is. We don't know our products. We don't know how our backend systems actually work. We also don't know how our front end works. But let's start on the greenfield and make everything new. This is probably not going to work. So, because nobody has the insights there. So I guess I would go anyway that way, because the data modeling changing is also not easy. You have to understand the business processes. So I will support the CTO for his decision at that point.
Good. Then let's give it up. Yes, thank you, Jan. Thanks for the insight. 1.6 million lines of shitty code normally sounds like me on a free weekend with Cloud Code, but no, thank you so much. That was it. I have to say maybe one last thing. When we had the idea of changing the scope of this meetup series back to Agentic, I was afraid of one thing, that we get a lot of buzzword bingo and stuff that we read every day on LinkedIn. And I am very happy that it didn't happen. So thanks again for our speakers, Leon and Jan. I think this was super refreshing insights and truth insights, strictly boring and also strictly from kind of the real practice. And that was very, very insightful. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. It was a pleasure having this event. I had super fun. I hope you too. And I hope we see you all again. We will have our next volume 2, Agentic Afterhours, in October. So please stay tuned, follow our meetup page, and then we see each other again latest in October. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes. And of course, stay as long as you want. There's still beers, drinks available, some pizza. So
A lot of pizza.
A lot of pizza. Ja. Wir haben Sofas hier um die Ecke, falls jemand hier pennen will. Also.
Lass mal ein Foto machen für Meetup oder LinkedIn?
Ja, safe. Also meinst du wie meinst du? Hier oder was? Ja, klar. Also jetzt? Also wir haben schon Fotos.